Hi, John Keel here, and this week we're on part 10 of the Health Source Wildfire video training series. And this week we're going to talk about the Health Source Clinic website SEO, or search engine optimization, on-page optimization. As you're probably aware, Health Source is creating a new design for each of the clinic websites, where SEO will be an integral part and very important part of getting the sites ranked and getting more people to call your office and make online appointments. So we're going to talk about some of the factors today that will be incorporated into that new design to make that happen. This actually is a two-part presentation. There's just so much to cover. We will actually take 2 weeks to do this. Let's go ahead and get started. So what do we talk about, or what do we mean when we talk about on-page optimization? On-page means the visible and non-visible items or attributes on your Health Source Clinic website. Everything that's a part of your website, all the pages and so on. And again, both visible and non-visible. Anything that is off the site, we'll again talk about that a little bit more detail in a couple weeks. We call those off-page factors. In terms of visible items, well, obviously copywriting, all words that are on the site in terms of headlines and all the what we call body copy, descriptions, words, visible words that are on the website. And from an SEO perspective, this doesn't mean words that are in what we call images or graphics. So these are words that are actually what we define as text. But images are also visible items. And there are certain things we can do to images, which we'll talk about a little bit this week, but in more detail next week, to pick up on so-called SEO on-page factors. Videos, same thing. There are certain things we can do with videos to help the search engine optimization of a video as it relates to an on-page factor. What's called your NAP, your NAP, which stands for your business name, your address, and your phone number. Google, is particularly in local, really pays a lot of attention to your NAP, and your NAP has to agree totally across the board, not only on your website, but on your Google Places listing, on all the citation sites that we go out and find for you, on all the directories we find. It has to be total 100% agreement with your NAP, but it is a visible item. Now, in terms of non-visible items, we're talking things like your web page title tag. Each web page has a title tag. We'll show you an example of that next week. Each web page should have a meta description tag with geo information, particularly when we're talking about local. Geo is not that important for non-local. We'll show you some examples of that next week. This can get very, very complicated in terms of putting this information together, but the more complete you have it, the better results you're going to get. What we call image alt tags. I talked earlier on the previous slide about images. There are alt tags, alternate tags that we can put on images to take effect. What are called schema, and I'll get again into more detail next week, something that's become relatively important in the last 3 to 6 months with Google. And what's called a KML file, which is keyword markup language. You don't have to know any detail on that, just know that this is something that we do relative to a non-visible item that very positively affects search engine ranking. Now, this is an overall slide of how this all works together, and this we actually showed this the first week, and you can see right in the middle, relative to your on-page website optimization, you can see the effect with all these off-page factors. There's off-page website optimization, but you can see it's sort of at the center. Google knows that this is important, particularly since Google moved to the so-called blended listings with Google Plus Local about a year, or Google Places actually about a year ago. Now, this is where the importance of keyword research. Remember the first or second week we talked about keyword research, and we said we want to go in and identify 5 to 6 keywords. We've actually done that from right at the beginning with Health Source, but we go back and confirm that each time. But keywords are real important, and keywords really are the basis for all SEO work. And we then develop from that the on-page factors on both visible and non-visible items. And next week, we'll show some examples. Hope you enjoyed this. See ya.